Hello, and welcome to this video on my thoughts and advice for playing Battle Royale games. I'm going to be talking about a couple different ones here real quick. My thoughts of like the okay aspects, but for the most part, my issues, and at least I know my thoughts and my opinions, of how I think some could be fixed, overall. It's just like, it's like network and everything, understandable. But first off, let's start off with PUBG. Now, I know people have been talking about this because, like, because the recent battle royale game Apex Legends, everybody wants this and that. Like the one thing that people mostly want, which is understandable, is like when you put, say, you have an AR, it's got a good bit of attachments on it, but you want to use this other AR that you like more, you use more so, you find the control and everything better. You put it on there, and you want the attachments to immediately go on from the one you're just replacing it with, but instead you have to, take it all off, then replace it, then put it all back on. It's a time consuming thing, People want it so that, less time is being consumed in an area where you don't want it to be, so you can be more focused on the combat, worrying more about yourself as a player in the game, because it's a one life competition. And being that, this is the basically first battle royale, because I'm talking all this on the aspects of Xbox, because that's where I play. I don't play PC. I don't have a good enough one to play games on. I don't have a PS4, so I can't comment on those aspects. I'm commenting on for the Xbox here, okay? But yeah, this was like the first battle royale, big one. You could say Fortnite, because Fortnite was the first, but that was in the early states when I actually enjoyed Fortnite before it became the mess that a lot of us who don't play it say it is. Just looking over there, my cat's over there. That's why I got the door open in case she wants to head on out. But yeah, PUBG, it's an okay thing. It's okay. It's an okay game. But I think they went a little too ambitious when they were thinking it for it, because it's a company that really hasn't done much in development aspects when it came to big games like this. And it showed during the whole PC aspects. It showed during Xbox. It's probably shown during the PS4. But they learned from the previous iteration. First from PC then to Xbox, then Xbox to PS4. So I'm sure like the better improvement one is probably on PlayStation, because I haven't heard much talk about that one. Of course, it's probably just by the time it came out, there was just so much battle royale fatigue for some that they just didn't care for it and stuff. So you probably don't hear much about it on the news. That's why you've heard about it via the Xbox version and the PC version, but you've never really heard much talks about it for the PS4 version. Either it's because it's really good, or just it wasn't much purchased and played. So yeah, but PUBG is like I think the biggest issue was, like I said, it was too ambitious for the console aspects. I think they should have done differently with the maps. I think they should have been shrunken. Like there's like so many aspects of these areas that just you rarely see people around or on. Like you rarely like get these engagements happening in some certain areas. Like there's like so many open areas. Like it's like these like there's just so much of these areas that rarely have probably had people you know cross. Just run by alone. They could, I think, just because at least this power output of what a Xbox give, it should have shrunken the maps. But they tried to be ambitious, and just shows that they kind of fell flat. They fell short of what they want to do, and they can't improve it because they fucked up from the beginning. They they were too ambitious. They wouldn't want to bring what you that they had on the PC aspect of the console, and that was just not ambitious. Because the reason why you hear so many people hate some games that are multi-platform is because they first based it around the console, then PC. That way, everything seems equal that way. Which they just for the most part, balance wise, of a map and everything, just how a map works and stuff, like how they did with Battlefield or Black Ops Blackout, and stuff like that. Apex, it's like these were games with maps that were designed around all aspects wise, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Whereas first with PUBG, it was made for PC, but then they tried to take what they had with the PC and bring it to the Xbox, and that's where they fucked up. And that's why you see so many people, uh, like try and drop into buildings that just don't exist anymore, or just don't exist yet, or as I commonly call some of these buildings that you know kind of are trying to form. They call them the Picasso paintings because they're just so blobby and everything, and there's no other way to put it. It's just like you walk the walls and everything. It's just such a mess. Like I said, they tried to be as ambitious on the consoles as they did with PC, and that's where they just misstepped because they didn't realize, you can do so much more with the outputting power of a PC than you can with a console. I mean, they even had troubles with like the Xbox One X and stuff like. There were like issues there that I wasn't even having though with a regular Xbox. It's just like it was just so confusing and everything. So yeah, the issues I think for stem from that, like they just fell flat there. They should have redesigned the maps, but they didn't. They just tried to design the maps similarly to the console as they did with the PC, and it showed it wasn't the right decision to go. But they had to stick with that decision because they couldn't really redesign the maps, and they could add some stuff in as they did with like all the bars and the fucking windows, which made some flanking routes impossible and shit. Yeah, that's another issue. Like they just keep adding assets to these maps, and it just shows how it's fucking things up, especially with Miramar, the biggest map. Well, my cat's going. Hang on, I'm gonna shut the door. It's late right now for me. It's 1 a.m. and my roommate is asleep, so I want to keep the noise as low as possible so as not to wake them. But yeah, PUBG. I mean, it's okay, like I said, but it was just there's just that misstep from the beginning. Not to mention with some other aspects like like they design everything just too equally the way with the PC. Like that's the issue there. That's what some people like. Like I feel like when it comes to developers, they need to develop some aspects to the game for console specifically and then PC specifically. Because with PC, especially when it comes to guns, you have more control over the weapon itself. Your average gamer on a PC is, onwards up to the pros, have more control of the weapons with the mouse and keyboard. That's why I, as many, including even some developers like Ubisoft, find when you use a mouse and keyboard in gaming, with shooters especially, that is, at least with shooters mainly, on console, it's defined as cheating because you have such more of a tight knit, you can control your aim better, the recoil of the gun better and stuff. It's just like you have much better control of the mouse and keyboard over a controller. That's just fact. That's not even my opinion, as many would know. That's not an opinion. That's fact. You have more control over a weapon in a shooter with a mouse and keyboard than you do with a controller. It's just fact. But like I said, I think developers, when it comes to shooters, need to understand, the design aspects they're gonna have for these weapons should be a bit different for consoles than PC. The way they try to, for the most part, do this is with the whole lock on aim, where it's like when you see like somebody aim, like I've saw many times with my gamers, like when you aim at someone, and it happened with like I'm not sure what game it was, but like I'm aiming at one person shooting and there's a person that goes by behind him. My aim goes from shooting at one person to following them. It's like that lock on mechanic. Some games allow you to turn it on and off, some don't. Like Realm Royale, the Battle Royale, there's like they have a console, because it's like I'm not sure if it is a thing there, because maybe it's just I found the right good sections of sensitivity for me to have that good tight knit aim. But sorry, but I feel like to say like not have that be a thing, they need to change up things with the just design of the guns, for consoles over PC. I'm not sure they can do that. Just like I said, there's my opinion. Maybe if they had designs for the weapons differently for consoles to PC, you wouldn't need that mechanic of the whole lock-on system. The auto lock. Any other issues thinking PUBG wise? Let's see. There's the revolver. I mean, going back to the gun stuff, what I was trying to say, you have that revolver that's been there since the beginning, where you have to like reload it. hence why I think you would need to develop stuff better because it might be an okay gun to aim and try and shoot somebody with in PC, but when it comes to console, you rarely ever see anybody use it unless you have to, because it's such a long loading weapon and it's hard to aim in that game because people strafe pretty good, it's I mean, like I said, a controller, it's harder to aim with weapons, and with a gun like that, having only 6 shots and then take forever to reload, it just seemed like a piss poor design for console. You know, maybe have it sped up the reload, or have it to where it's like the other Revolver that came with. I'm not sure if it was the update or if it was just the map Miramar, where it's like you just load up all 6 bullets and stuff. Because seriously, that gun I think was just a piss poor design. That Revolver, where you just gotta like chuck one out, put one in, chuck one out, put one in, chuck one out, put one in. Use that like kind of gun like that little push lever where it pushes bullet out, then you just pop one in. Like I said, I think that was just a piss poor design for that gun. Then you have the Winchester. Can't have anything on that scope wise. That's why you rarely ever see anybody use that. Like these 2 weapons, like you rarely ever see anybody use it except for trying to be comical or something. Or that's the only weapon they could find when they dropped it in. Because they're just piss poor designs of weapons. They're the designs weapons of like the level 1 gear you get weapons wise in a looter shooter. It's like it's okay now, but I'm already 5 levels up. Don't need that shit anymore. You think in a game where you have such variety of weapons, they would balance them all out pretty well. But you got like I said, these 2 weapons that just yeah. The only thing you would put on the Winchester is that it's the sniper stock thingy, whatever. That way you can have a bit of a quicker reload. But it's just like these 2 weapons, at least I just found them such piss poor designs. What else? What else? Can we be honest? Can we? The 4x scopes when it comes to a lot of those I can't speak there. The 7.62 weapons like the AK, the 4x. That can we be honest in that thinking saying that design is just crap and shit? And can't we just have a universal 4x scope of that, like the ones you have like on the M4 or the M16 or the what is it? I guess you could say the Kar 98. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's on the Kar 98 that way. Or whatever, use the 4x scopes on there, but I think that's the same design as well as like a what is it? What's the mini 14? Like that design where it's the arrow, because the circle one and everything, it's like there's just so much on the scope with that whole design. It's like it's distracting. It's just idiotic. It's just, can we just get rid of that and have the other one just be the universal one, please? Please. Other than that, I don't think I can have too much of a complaint. Because, like I said, I think console-wise, it's just the maps designs were just idiotic and just they shouldn't have tried to, be universally sized the same way between it and PC and shit. They should have just scaled it down towards a better performance of a map for the console players. That way, you don't have buildings that are just, like taking forever to the fuck to load in and shit, or just seriously, like there are so many places on like Miramar there. I can fucking say it for some reason. Miramar, like I can't go to that big ass stadium near Hacienda or Hacienda itself because it takes fuck too long to load that shit in, and somehow other players don't, because they say like the best is to have it loaded onto an external hard drive and use that. And people say, why don't you just do that? Because I paid the money for the game. The game should work the way in which it should work. It should be. I'm not expecting like tier gold like perfectness, but you expect a certain level of this game to run, right? Because I paid the money for it. I should get the experience that I should get for this money, right? I had fun with it, yes, but as a wise person once said, we critique the things that we love, and I'm critiquing this because I've had enjoyment. It's like I could have such more enjoyment if it would work the way in which it should be optimized to work. But they fucked up and made the maps the same between PC and console, which was the fucking dumbest decision to make. They should have made the maps more designed smaller wise to have a better performance overall for console. Can we agree upon that shit? Because as much as little shit you think you're going through, the majority of players have just had buildings that take forever to load in, or run into a wall that never loaded in at the time in which it should have, so we could see it and not hit it. Can I tell you how many times I died because of that fucking retarded shit? Where in the beginning, where it's like I ran into a fence that wasn't there for me. But yes, it was the beginning, but still, it's like these issues should not have been issues. Somewhat, like they should have solved this pre the build and everything. They should have thought, maybe we should scale it down to have an overall good performance. But maybe that's just me. Advice wise to play this. Best I could say is know how to best manage your backpack and loadouts and everything. Just find the right stuff for you. Overall, because I've seen streamers like top tier streamers, fucking just like I understand they're trying to cater to the audience, talking to them and whatnot, but then they forget. I'm not sure, like some of them don't even do that. They just like they're playing and they just don't realize, the mistakes they're making, like having ammo still on them when they could have had the ammo that they needed, or health and stuff, because they just kept like they can't understand why the backpack was overloaded and full and shit. Like, oh, that's right, I had the shotgun, I got the shotgun, but I got the ammo. Like, best advice would be, keep in mind when you're like looking at yours, like if you're looking at the person you just killed and you're managing all the shit, pay attention to that. I know it's like you want to make sure you're not gonna get killed or anything. Shit happens. But when you're in the middle of managing your shit, be the main focus, Because I've seen people who just don't focus when they're trying to manage their shit. They're just half-assing it, just not like it's like in the back of their head, like what they're looking at this stuff like, yeah. Like, yeah, I got some 7.62 and give you. It's like not noticing the 5.56 for a weapon that they don't have. So it's like, but that's one of my advice. If you're gonna play PUBG, when you're looking at your loadout, I mean, you got the backpack menu open and stuff, or you're looking over a dead corpse and you're managing all that stuff. Just focus on that, at the time. Try to do it as quick as you can, but don't be too quick, because that's probably the reason. Otherwise, people mismanage their inventories because they're trying to be too quick about it. Be at a good speed when doing it. Understand like what your level of thinking should be. Wise, like focus at an okay amount there, and just of course, as anybody would say, learn the recoils and stuff, and just the map itself. That's your average advice you're gonna get on most of these battle royales. Learn the maps and whatnot. And I think that would be it for PUBG. Let's go to Realm Royale. Realm Royale issues. There's a couple here. One, like for the most part, some of these are just gonna be small issues. Like one, I think they need to implement a way to, because they have their crown system and everything. I mean their reward money thing, where it's like they have is called crowns, and pre full release when it was still kind of in closed beta, any kill you got, you would earn a crown. And I thought that was a good idea. You could earn your way to enough crowns to purchase the battle royale. But they thought, oh, we want, of course, it's a free to play game. We need to earn currency, but I think they still need to implement a system to where you can earn crowns. You don't have to spend real cash to get these. I mean, they kind of have one when it comes to battle pass. If you buy the battle pass, but still you have to buy the battle pass for that shit to happen. I think there just needs to be a system kind of like that they had where you can earn crowns. Because let's be real, if Hi-Rez or whoever's like doing the patches and whatnot, like looking over the overall game, you watching me here? Let's be real. Your PUBG, your battle royale game is probably at the lower tier when it comes to player base. And if you really want to get that player base up, you need to do something soon. Because you're gonna keep, as time goes on, you're gonna keep losing those people, to other games in general, or other battle royales, maybe. It is free to play one, like I said, but still, it's like of the free to play ones, you got top tier right now. You got still kind of top tier right now. They were knocked off for a bit, but top tier. Fortnite. And other than that, got the new one that just came in a couple of months ago, Apex. I'm not sure if there's any other free ones. If there, otherwise, not, boom, it's heard right there for free. Up to 3 there, you're at the bottom. And you're not even at the bottom there. Let's say if we include all Battle Royale games, you're still lower than 3 there. You need to do something to implement where it's like you could earn a way to, like buy the Battle Pass, not just have to buy it straight up. Because granted, like I said, I understand it's a free-to-play game, but this is probably your lesser of the free-to-play games. Because, you have the first one, Smite, then Paladins, now you have Realm Royale. And I say, it's there, it's like, you got Smite, Paladins, Realm Royale. Because as time goes on, people are just, because let's be real, the network that comes to your games, be that or like the hit registration, as many as saw, it's kind of shit. It is. I'm not saying that's the worst. I understand it's not that, but it's not as up there as as it's shown with each game. It's like there's some issues there, So I feel like you need to get your head in the game, like make a way to where it's like say you win a game, you get crowns and stuff or something, just something, like you get in the top 10, top 10 you get a crown, 9 you get 2 crowns until you hit number 1 where you get 10 crowns, something, like give a reason for people to play your game other than it's a free to play game, because as we've seen with your games, as they, like I said, go down the line, Realm Royale it's got let's be real, not that many players, or it's just you need to do something, give an incentive, because if we rank it, I'm probably sure like of all these battle royales, you're still at the bottom. You have PUBG, Realm, Battlefield's battle royale, Ops, Black Ops, Call of Duty's battle royale, Fortnite, Apex, you're probably right there at 6. Then we probably also have like what is it, the PC ones, you got H1C1 probably still above you. We got what was that one called? I don't remember because I barely ever played it. Granted, it's probably not streamed that much because it was okay. What was that one? Hang on. Un momento, por favor. I will see what it is here in a couple of seconds. Where are you at? Where are you at? I know you're on here. Damn it. What was it called? Is it on the S's? No. Just do a quick Google search. Battle Royale games. Because I know we got there it is, Ring of Elysium. That's the one I was trying to think of. Ring of Elysium. Hell, you still also have the Calling, For all these battle royales, if we put them up to tiers of the what player base, or like current players, where does Realm stack up? Because I'm sure it's gonna be on the lower end. So you need to do something to get these players. And my advice is a way to earn crowns outside of the battle pass. Something. I think that's like my highest nitpick of the game. Otherwise, I like to be able to zoom in the map. Whenever I bring the map up in the game, I like to zoom it in. Don't have that mechanic yet. It's a fun, good game. Like I said, free to play, weapon variety. You don't have it being like the only battle royale that I can think of out there right now that you don't have to worry about your ammo count outside of like how much shots you just did and you have to reload. You don't have there's no 7.62s, 5.56 you gotta scrums around for. No, they all got like there's no attachments or any of that shit. It's like it's pre-built the way they are. You find a sniper, it's gonna have a scope on it automatically. So yeah, it's an overall good game. My advice. There's a couple. Number one, where you uh, regain back health. There's variety ways, but here with health and their armor, they have potions. You have your health potions, you got your armor potions. My advice is when you drink these potions, don't do it in the open. I've seen many people do this and kill them because they were in the middle of the animation of drinking the potion. Because never, my advice is never potion in the open. Just don't potion in the open. It will get you killed if you're in the middle of combat, especially. That's usually when people drink them. Is outside of when you first find them and stuff. For the first part, like you're in the middle of combat when you drink them. First, get your ass to some side area. Make sure you got some good cover between you and the person that's shooting you. So that way, you have that time to drink. Otherwise, you're just gonna continuously get shot, and that potion you just took, boom, it's already gone. That health you got from it, it's gone. Yeah, never potion in the open. Actually, no, there's also, sorry. I just kept thinking of balancing issues here and there. One, they have a weapon there called the sword. I just don't think it's a thing that should be in the game at all. It's a melee weapon. I just don't think it should exist in this weapon. This weapon should exist in this game. Because my thought is, when it comes to balancing of weapons, like this one's probably got a smaller tier of range of like where you can like have it not be either overpowered or underpowered. Because you got the damage that it does. You got the swing, like its rate of like speed that you can swing it, and as the range itself. Because you would think it'd be just the sword itself, but no, it extends a little past it. It does. And they recently try to balance a bit by decreasing the damage, but it's just I don't think a well balanced weapon, a weapon that can be balanced in general that easily. I think it's a smaller margin of error to balance it. Like I said, whereas before it becomes overpowered or underpowered, it's gonna always, I feel, be one or the other. And right now, I feel still considerably it's just too overpowered in comparison to other weapons that you would want to use against a person, especially who's at that range using it. Like the best thing you do is try to escape, but even then, when you're trying to escape, that person's probably pulling out the other weapon and shooting you. It's like there's no good way I think you can balance this weapon. I just don't. For close range, you got SMGs and shotguns, and that way you should need, with other stuff you can have, of ARs and stuff. But I just don't think it's a good weapon to have in this game because I just don't feel it's a weapon that can be easily balanced. I just don't. Granted, this could just be my opinion, but overall, it's hard not to think that because before this most recent patch that they had to balance it down with its power, its damage. When the developer was talking about his friend, he was like he's afraid of nothing except that damn sword because it's either always gonna be overpowered or underpowered. It's just it's hard of a weapon to find balance in this type of game in a battle royale. So I feel like they just either needed one turn it into like the other weapons that a soldier is forged to so much here, but like they have like a axe and a hammer which you just throw, which I feel need a bit of balance themselves because I swear to God, it's probably less the game and more of the person who was throwing it recently because it's just like they just dunked on my health hard and it's probably because I was playing on uh crossplay. This game has crossplay between Xbox and PC. I was playing with a friend who was on PC. We play it that way crossplay wise because one PS4 doesn't have crossplay and that's what she has and I have an Xbox. So there. So yeah, it's just like I just don't feel like it's a weapon that can be balanced. I think the sword either needs to become like those where it's a throwable or just get rid of it because I just don't see it being a fair balanced weapon. Other than that, is this game has abilities like you can like pull up a shield or there's a variety of things. There's one where it's like you can shield yourself, or if it's like you have if you're playing duos or squads, you can shield your teammates if they're close enough. Sorry, I'm a little tired myself, but I feel like that thing that is an underwhelmed ability. There's one that before this, but they've updated where it's a bit better, which is like it's this ice block thing. Like originally it was just the ice block, but you just now turn to the ice. But it's like it would do is just freeze you in time. You couldn't take any damage, but you can do anything yourself. Especially like this strategy in like when you stop. Okay, how are you gonna get out of this stuff? You gives you a second to think. But for the most part, that's all it did. So the issue that many saw with it, the reason why they changed it up is because like the most part, you're just freezing yourself in time, and the person who was shooting you just sitting there ready to pop you in the head and just do some more damage to you. But they updated it where now that you regain health in it. The higher tier it is, the more health you regain while you're in it, which is nice. But there's like this thing, like this shout that you shield yourself or your teammates, or like even this one where it's potion, where it's like you throw it down and you're shielded and stuff. And I just find these to be underwhelming because one, even the highest tier one, like you take nothing to break it, and then or it's like even if you're not being shot at, it's like it's up for like 3 seconds of that, just it's gone. So it's such an underwhelming ability that I think they need to rebalance it. Elsewise, I think like some say with any battle royale, I think the storm and the circle needs to have its speed adhere to how many people are alive, so that less and less people are alive, like the quicker, like the storm gets to the circle quicker, or the time from when the storm should start moving gets quicker, like that, of course, because you want these games to be a bit sped up, so where you can get to the end a bit quicker. It's not like it's not like it's a PUBG or a Battlefield one where it's like you need to be kind of slow and methodical and be smart, It's it's like Fortnite. It's kind of like Blackout. It's like you need it to just be a bit faster with this storm. I feel with the way how the combat works. The combat's fast. It's fast paced. You gotta be quick on your decision to make here and there and stuff. It's a bit faster than Battlefield or PUBG. So the storm I feel should reflect that as well because it's so slow. It's understandable in the beginning, like the first storm circle. It's a bit slow because the circle, like while you're in the pre-lobby before the area vehicle moves out, you can jump and start looting. It shows you where the first circle is going to be, so you can actually make the decision if you want to be in the circle or not. And if not, the first storm takes a bit of time, so you got your time to loot and shoot and whatnot. But afterwards, you want the storm to the time from when it just hit the circle to when it's going to start moving again to be time to with how many people are alive at the time it hit this first circle. Just you want a good quicker game because some of these games take a while, so you want it to be a bit quicker. Force people closer a bit quicker. Also reporting on the Xbox version lease of like if assume the person that just killed you has a mouse and keyboard because they have like team killing, which I don't think it's the thing. It's probably more of a feeding, or if it's they have one where you can port them for stream sniping, which that's kind of harder thing to detect, and other stuff. A few things here and there. Like somebody leaving, or your teammate just pieced out. You can report for these things, and they have other. But I think they should have it in also, report them for mouse and keyboard, for at least the console versions. Because let's be real, like I said, I feel like many others, including developers, that mouse and keyboard on console is cheating when it comes to shooters. Because you have such a smoother aim, such a more uh, control of the recoil of weapons and stuff. Like I said, advice 1: don't potion in the open. 2: jump out of your comfort zone if you're one of those person who doesn't like to get too much in the combat. If you really want to know how well your sensitivity is and everything, you gotta get in that combat. Go for the people. That's my advice. You hear gunshots, you see somebody, go for their ass. That way you can, like, if you got a new weapon on your hand you've never used before, try it. That way you can try it out, see how it works. As well as see how your adjustment to your sensitivity overall is and stuff. You gotta go for them fights. You can't just sit back and just be worrisome. These are just games, you know. It's not real life. You don't have to worry about dying. If you do, boom, you're in the next game. That's what I hate about some of these uh battle royales and stuff. Like you have so many of these people just being, you know, like cornered, afraid, like, oh my god, I hear it's getting fight, oh my god, like it's a fucking video game, dude. If you die, you're just gonna get back into it the next game, dude. Stop being worrisome and just go for it, you know. Stop being, you know, that cowardly little hide in the corners, like, you gotta stop doing that. You gotta get out of your comfort zone and you gotta just charge out, go balls to the wall, because that's where the fun is. You know, I don't understand how these people just, you know, sit in the same building for like the whole game and just like, oh, I finally killed somebody. It's like, do you find that fun and enjoying? You're just sitting there. How's that fun and enjoying? And of course, the main is, well, I'm not dying. Well, you're not doing much anything else either. You know, you're just sitting there, just watching the fun happen. The fun is when you're in the middle of the fights, when shit's exploding. You know, you're shooting everybody. Like, oh, like that's what the fun is. You know, in the chaos. So, you know, so my advice is when it comes to this, or just any other battle royale, you know, go balls to the wall. Don't hide over there in the corner for the majority of the game, you know. Seek out the players. You know, have that fun experience, you know, because you're not gonna get that battlefield like explosions happening, guns firing, rocket go across your face by sitting in the fucking corner, by hiding. No, you're gonna get that shit by being in the deep, going balls to the wall. That's why I just can't understand these people just sit in the corner in any of these shooters, be it battle royale or just be, you know, just multiplayer. You know, how are you having fun just sitting there like, oh, there's somebody. Okay, like that's cold, methodical aspects of life. You know, stop being cold and methodical. These are video games. They're meant to be played. And you're not playing them by sitting in this building for 50 fucking minutes. Well, probably not even that. Probably like, you know, like 20 minutes. Nothing's happening. You're not having fun doing that. You're not getting the experience. You're not playing the game. You're wasting your time. You are wasting your money. That is what you are doing. I don't care what you're saying back to me right now. That is by fact, definition, what is happening. You're wasting your time and wasting your money doing nothing. That is what you are doing. Factually speaking, you're wasting time and money doing nothing. You spent money on some of these games to play this, and you're just sitting there wasting time. No one's coming about. No one's shooting. No one's near you. You're just over there by yourself doing nothing. Moving on to Battlefield 5. Two things I granted majorly I feel need work. One, can we get rid of this retarded shit where you pick up a weapon and you have to reload it? It was shown in PUBG on how shitty that was. I would tell them to fix that mechanic, but let's be real, it's been out for so long. They're not going to do that. They're not going to make it where it's like it's got a clip in it. They're not. Battlefield could, but let's be real, they're probably not. Because I just find that to be such an idiotic mechanic. Like, how am I going to pick up this weapon? Especially, you know, it's not just a weapon. Sometimes you just kill somebody and you pick up their weapon and it's empty. You gotta load a clip in. How? They just had it. Pretty sure they loaded a clip in already. How the fuck is it empty? Experience like that is just idiotic, you know? Of having to like keep picking up, like, cause where Battlefield works right now with their looting system, which is shit. Let's be honest, it is. Even when it doesn't come to somebody you just kill, it comes to weapons in general. Like, you got a weapon and it's ammo right next to each other. Sometimes you just try to grab the ammo, but instead you pick up the weapon. I can't roll my eyes in the back of my head fucking far enough for this retarded. That's the only way it can be stated. It is a retarded mechanic where you pick up a weapon and have to load ammo in, especially after somebody you just killed. Like, they never use that weapon when I was shooting them. How they have no bullets in it, huh? It's just a fucking retarded mechanic, and it needs to die off. Seriously. And can we also be done with that? Like Fortnite has it, Realm has it, and fucking Battlefield has it here. It's the dumbest fucking loot system where it's like when you kill somebody, the other loot just spreads out. Like it was shown at least within PUBG, the bright mechanic. It's a little crate. Let's be weird here. Also, it's like it was better done there too, because I'll comment on how Apex crates are shit. They also have crates in not Battlefield, Black Ops 4. They have crates there. Yeah, in Fortnite and Realm and then here in Battlefield, it's like you kill somebody and their loot just explodes out. At least with Realm and uh, Fortnite, it's more understandable because it's these small kiddie games for the most part. So it just is like boom, there's the stuff for you, and for the most part with these, they spread out at a good distance. But most times, when you kill somebody, they are not on a hill when it comes to these games. Because with the Fortnite and Realm, that is, the majority of their landscape is at a flat even space. Granted, there are hills and there are mountaintops and stuff, but for the most part, I feel like when it comes to like most of these, like they're even at a bit of a curve. The stuff that spews out doesn't start rolling, whereas in like sorry, I was say Black Ops. No, it's Battlefield, Firestorm. Uh, Even at the smallest curve, it's like it's rolling until it gets to flat surface. Like seriously, if you're gonna have like these slopes that like even like the smallest one, this shit's gonna start rolling. The fuck? Just have a crate and have it not move. Not even on the steepest fucking hill. How about that? It's just like it's there. Probably gonna steepest hill should move because probably you can't get up that hill. But for the most part, just to have it in a crate in Battlefield. That's what many have said. Stop. Don't have this spew shit. Have it in a crate in a system that would work. Because that is what an issue there is. Because it's even with the update. I said their update to where it's like it spreads out a bit more and shit's not gonna stick on top of one another so easily because that was the first issue when Firestorm came out. But yeah, just make it a crate. Just fucking make it a crate. I mean, PUBG's a kind of like a realistic, like a slow, methodical, tactical kind of shooter. I wouldn't say tactical, but for the most part, overall, it's the closest battle royale out there that would be to Battlefield's battle royale. And even they have a crate because they knew that it's the best system for that game, and so should Battlefield. I'm surprised they came up with this spewing system, which I feel is kind of idiotic for this game. At least, if you're gonna go for the more realistic shooter battle royale game, have a crate because the whole spewing system out shit. Because like even with because the way their whole thing works, there is a bit of like a inventory, like a management. Like you could get full. Like you can't have all the ammo like you can in say Fortnite. Yeah, at some point it's like PUBG where it will stack to a certain point, and after that you can't hold anymore. So yeah, which I find to be in somewhat idiotic system. If you're gonna have it where it's like it's a backpack system, but you can't. It's kind of hard to tell how full you are. Like you gotta really because there's like a small bar you gotta kind of keep an eye on. It's kind of hard to. So either like remove the bar and change up to where it's like you see the amount and stuff and everything, or just have to where you can just have all the ammo. You know, do one or the other. Because that bar is just stupid. What else? One thing that really needs work is the TBG is what I call it. The TBG is the time between game, which needs to be shortened. Because the longer it takes to go from when you die to when you're back in the game and looting, the longer it is, the less people are going to play that game. Because that's why PUBG was such a slow to buy game, is because they had many issues, and that was one of them. The time between like when you die and get into the next game took forever. And that's one of the issues right now with Battlefield. Is with the Battle Royale in the Battlefield, it's like the time between when you die and you're hitting the ground looting is so long. It just is. So one thing that a lot of people said that they can try and do to at least speed it up, because like queue times, like the like it time it takes to look for a game is somewhat understandable on the time difference, but when you're like in it, like when there's like the amount that like high amount that it can be, and you got everybody in, is when the time should go boom, 5 seconds to go. You know. Hang on, so I need to take a drink. Though it's a little hurt. Been talking for 45 minutes here. Needed that. Anything else issue wise? Not that I can think of. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, no, no, no. No, actually, that would be more multiplayer. That's the Battle Royale, I think. Yeah, sorry. Had a thought there. But, yeah, I think that's about the opinion upon it. Like, it's a okay Battle Royale game, but they really need to work on those issues of the looting system. The whole stupid shit of how you pick up guns and they don't have any ammo in it, as well as the time between games. You know that length of time needs to be shortened as best as it can. Advice, I would say, when starting off, go to the smaller areas, because the bigger areas are where one, you're gonna have the veteran players go, and where you will also find most of the campers. Because just like this, like any other battle royale games, you're just gonna have those people just sitting, waiting in the corner, hearing the person coming up and shit. Like, come on, go for the person, find them, shoot them. Don't just sit there and wait. It's so boring, isn't it? That's why I seek people out, because sitting waiting is boring. It just is. I don't see how people find it enjoyable. Like, yeah, you lived a bit, but you took that time wasting doing nothing, and you're gonna take more time wasting not doing a damn thing, because you're gonna get to the circle and just sit somewhere and wait. Don't do that. How that's just not fun. Like I said, you're wasting your time, your money doing nothing. Literally, that is what you are doing. You are wasting your time and money doing nothing. Oh, actually, no, I can't give advice. I think they need to have it to where you find more shield plates. They made it a bit better where it's like instead of what it used to be before a recent patch was you could only hold 3, now you can hold 5. But I don't think it's good enough. They still need to, I think, to implement more, because it's still kind of so scarce. Kind of, you can hold more, but like how, how many are out there? Because sometimes like you look around like, oh, I don't, where are they? You know. I mean, like I said, fight with anything. Learn the map, learn the weapons, and just go balls to the wall. Black Ops 4. They're battle royale. They're blackout. I haven't played that in a while, so I can't really like. It's been months because I just got bored of it and kind of tired of it, because it's such more. It's like it's. I find it to be a bit too fast paced for at least my liking. That is, just a bit like a game like that with all the stuff. Like I felt like there was just too much there, and like I I felt that they need to simplify that game a little bit more, because I say there's too much there because like it's battle royale, but it also has those zombies shit in it. Like, seriously, like I felt like it just something wasn't right there. You have all these zombies you have to worry about, as well as the players, so you don't know what noise you're hearing, if it's the zombies walking about or if it's the players. And it's like Like something about that I found stupid. I did. It's just like the first off the zombie inclusion, just like why? Why was that? I didn't feel that was necessary. Uh, the only thing I do is in like I said, my advice would be like any other battle royale: learn map, controls, the weapons, what suits best for you, as well as just go balls to the wall. I don't much want to play that game anymore because it's just for one, it felt too, like I said, a little too fast paced. I'm not saying it was a lot too fast paced, just a little bit too, like just the movement, the like just how you had to be on your toes at all times and everything. It just if it reminded me too much of Titanfall multiplayer because you had to be on your toes 24/7 because you could be shot from any fucking direction. And I think people were going to like, I like this game. This is a pretty good game. Why didn't it do so well? Because I felt like I'm probably sure like many that either bought it or just stopped playing it was because it was overly chaotic. It's understandable if some aspects are chaotic. Like yeah, you're shitting Battlefield. But with the Titans, the people, and the AI, you got so much shit to look at. Like you're wondering who you should shoot and shit. And like, okay, like is this an AI? Is this a person? What like? It's like yeah, so much shit is just it's overly chaotic. Like you got people grappling, flying high, and shooting you from the air, shooting you from the back, left, right. It's like you have so much shit going on. It's hard to tell what the fuck to do. So that's why I think people didn't play much with Titanfall 2 is because they just felt it was just too chaotic. It was overly chaotic. That's kind of what I felt about Black Ops Battle Royale. It was just a bit too chaotic. I'm not saying like it was like way too chaotic. Just like if they could just tone down just a small smidgen amount of like slow the player movement itself, or the damage of some weapons or something. Just like slow things down. Just like I said, a fraction, just a small amount. You know, that's one of the reasons why that game is dying. Let's be real. The other one is how retardedly, and there's no other way to put it, retardedly, the publisher as well as the developer is just greedy. There's no other way to put it. Let's be real. Activision, as well as Treyarch. Treyarch is going down as one of the Call of Duty developers that is just the greediest. It it's just factually speaking. Let's be real. Because they have microtransactions and the season pass shit. Like how you can do that? Like the reason why microtransactions are a thing was to replace season passes and DLC of the such. That's why they were things that came about, is because it was a way to earn currency that you didn't have to try to earn via the season pass and DLCs and shit like that. But Destiny and Call of Duty showed how Activision is just so greedy, just so greedy because they went for the double effect of both microtransactions and the season pass / DLC shit with those games. So my advice is, truthfully speaking, don't buy the game. Just don't. If you haven't played it and you don't plan on wanting to waste money, I would say it's a waste of money. Moving on. Top tier right now, known wise, Fortnite. Issues. Oh, let's be weird here. Can we really call it a battle royale anymore? Because last time I checked, battle royales are shooters. So that's the main focus, the main mechanic of what you need to learn. But that's not the way it works in Fortnite. That's not the main mechanic. That's the main thing that they're trying to balance. What they're trying to, be the main focus and balance is the. I was going to say the combat. No, what is it? It's the building. It's the building. In a fucking shooter battle royale, the main mechanic and focus is not the shooting. It's the building. That's why I say I had fun in the beginning when it was more about the shooting and less about the building. The building was just this afterthought of what you would do. Granted, I did see issues with that, which, granted, the fellow was kind of saw issues in the beginning somewhat. And that is like people were just running around jumping like fucking shooting for the heads cut the fuck off, shooting with shotguns, switching between the pumps and whatnot. Not to say that at the beginning, Fortnite didn't have its issues. Like I said, that was an issue where people were just jumping around, switching between pumps and shooting. Like how do you find that retarded shit enjoyable? Like, seriously. I'll say this, for Heidi, it's the spice of life. So doing this constantly, how you find that enjoyable? Like I would say with people who only play like basically one game, like how do you find that enjoyable? Because as a wise man once said, like I just said, I'm not saying I'm the wise man, but the person who originally said it, Friday, it is the spice of life. Meaning, you can find you can find so much more enjoyment out of like playing different games, listening to different music, watching different shows or movies and stuff like you usually do with shows or movies, or even music, You don't listen to usually the same song or the same band over and over again, do you know? You listen to a variety of bands and their songs, Because, repetition is what makes things get dull. So, that's why you hear so many Fortnite players, the top tier ones, that only stream Fortnite or only who are people in Fortnite. What is it? I was about to say arenas. No, what is it? It's competitions. I guess you would say, Fortnite competitions, or you'd hear about much. I mean, other competitions. People just found the game to get dull because let's be real, that's all you ever played. And I say again, variety. It is the spice of life. And I stated that because, like I said, you will find more enjoyment at trying a variety of things. So my advice is, if you only play one game, you're just doing it wrong. I mean, it's okay if that's like the one game you're playing off the bat, sure. But if it's the only game you play for months on end, well, there lies your issue. You're playing the same game. I mean, that's why I felt I got tired of battle royale games for the most part. Because after a while, that's all I was playing. I played PUBG for the most part. And, Black Ops 1 came out, tried that for a while, and we just recently hit. I'm okay with Battlefield 1 because it is kind of it's the more chill but realistic battle royale comparison to like say PUBG. It's okay, but it's just like it just didn't get the right formula for me. I felt Battlefield kind of has done it a bit more because they've been around the block with their shooters, so they know what they're doing. Whereas with PUBG, it's just like they kind of got something there, but it's just not there, especially for me. But Fortnite, like I said, the building and shit. That's why you don't see many people play that and what their response is because it's just like like I don't want to play a battle royale where I shoot somebody and after that first shot, there's a fucking 5-story building in front of me. Like seriously, when you shoot somebody, you want to like have that engagement between each other of shooting, not like you shooting the next. You just see them building 5 stories up. Like the fuck, like where's the fun in that? And that's why I would only ever do just one quick build around, or like at least walls over here and a ramp, start shooting. I didn't build like high up. But no, the mechanic is mostly towards the building and less about the shooting in a shooter. That's why I call it Minecraft 2.0. So yeah, my advice, avoid the game. Have some fun with, your time being better spent with other games. Not even, I'm just saying Battle Royale, just other games. Because you're going to get in there and you're just going to find people who just, like I said, do quick fucking builds and shoot you from a tower and whatnot. Like you start shooting them, they start building like what do I do? What do I do? And then next thing you know you're dead. So yeah, my advice is avoid the game. It may be free to play, but my advice is avoid the game. On to the last one here, Apex Legends. Issues, thoughts. It's an okay battle royale game, but like I said, by the time it came out, I basically had fatigue of battle royales and that kind of aspects of the fast-paced shooter because we had Fortnite, then we had Black Ops, and I had Realm before that. So, and all those, I was stayed again, like I said in yeah, the Realm versus I'm not sure if I said this, but no, it was in my Realm Royale, the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the good, the bad, and what it's about. I think is what I called it. But Apex did not introduce the first bring your teammates back. That goes to Realm Royale. Okay, so we got that cleared. If you don't believe me, the game came out in full use in the end of January. It was in closed beta, and that shit was a thing then. And then Apex just came out like secretly about a month later. So yeah, it was First Realm. They granted had kind of the same idea, I guess. I wouldn't like I say that Apex copied Realm. It happens, Sometimes people just have the same thought of what to do. So it happens. If you don't believe me, look at movies. I mean, you have movies that come out at the same time, not realizing they're making the same movie, because you had like Armageddon and Deep Impact at the same time. Similar movies with kind of similar concepts come out at the same time a lot of the time. It happens. But yeah, Apex issues. I would say one, they still only have that whole 3-man. I say that no 3-man squad because let's be real. When we think squad, we think 4-man. So I think they need to be solo mode because one, if you don't have friends to play, you're playing with randoms, and they say yeah you have the pinging system, but one, I want to communicate with people because it's better to talk to people. Let's be real. It's better to talk to people. It just is, Communication is the clearest form of communication. Talking to people. It just is. As good as the ping system is, it's not perfect, When you ping somebody, it's like how are you gonna get them the information of, tell them who you saw, how many you saw, and that shit, Because like I said, it's a 3-man squad. So how are you gonna tell them through the pinging system? Like I said, what of these heroes did you see? And being a 3-man squad, how many did you see? Did you see just one? Did you see two? Did you see the whole 3 squad? But like I said, uh, sometimes you just want to play solo because the only person you want to worry about is yourself. Granted you got to worry about the enemy, but with this you don't have to worry about your teammates. And if you don't have any people to talk to, or just competent teammates. Let's be real, because there are times where I've played with randoms and they're just such incompetent dipshits because they don't even with the pinging system or whatever. Like they let we're heading over here. They don't use it. As good as the pinging system is, it's up to the player to use it. And let's be real, some of these players are incompetent cunts. It's the only way to put it. They're incompetent cunts because they don't use this only communication system since they chose not to talk via voice, even though I'm in game chat, letting I'm here, I can talk. They don't use this other system that's there to let your teammates know, okay, we're done here, we're done, we're gonna go over here. Just let I'm pinging this area, so we're heading over here in case you want to see that map. Because you could be in the middle of like looting yourself and just not realize your teammates just waddled the fuck off because they're not telling you. They don't come tell you. They don't come and just like say, okay, we're going like come to you and like hitting a ping, then hitting a ping somewhere else. It just that's one of the issues because that's one of the reasons why I kind of stopped playing Rainbow Six Siege is because I usually don't have anybody to play with, so I play with randoms, and a lot of times I get teamed up with incompetent idiots. People are doing, or for the most part, stupid shit like team killing for the most part. One of my last games that I actually uploaded where I got an ace. My teammates just fucking killed each other, and this is on ranked. This is on fucking ranked on. Like I said, this is on console. They killed each other in the first round. They tried to kill me in the first round, but I kept myself alive a bit. But in the second round, being that we were attackers, I spawned away from them, and they just killed themselves, basically each other and themselves. And I got a fucking ace. But the next round came up, and it's like, okay, well, being that we hit this point where we got a loss, we're just gonna surrender. Seriously. Reasons why I stopped playing Rainbow Six Siege is because incompetent or cunt ass motherfuckers. So that's one of the reasons why you want to play solos. Is the only people you're worried about is yourself and the enemies. You don't have to worry about your teammates either being fucktards who don't communicate in any way ever, or they're just people who whoever just like don't give a shit about you when you're down. Because there's times where I've quit with like, okay, you got the team, you got them killed. You're gonna come get me? Like I'm waiting there, like waiting there. It's like I say fuck it and leave. They want to have a way to um, uh not ban, I guess a time ban you'd say, or like at least a reporting system for those who leave. But I did that a lot because just I'm tired of these fuckers who are wasting time looting at instead of getting me up. I can understand maybe you want to get some health and heal yourself, but I'm seeing these people just loot. Like motherfuckers, I am down right here. You might want to get my ass up so I can heal in case another fucking squad comes out and wipes us the fuck out because you were too retardedly busy looting shit. I mean, there was like a game where we lost, got second place because there was this guy. I killed him, and both my teammates went straight for the loot. Like I thought, I thought, for a second, I'm gonna go for the loot too, but no, I thought, let's back the fuck up because I'm betting we're gonna get rushed by this other squad here. And what do you know? I was the fuck why they grenaded it with that sticky explosive grenade, and boom, both my teammates are down. It's left up to me, and granted it's 1v3, so I lose. I mean, granted some people can pull it out, but usually it's in the help of like another team at least, and taking the shots while you pop them. But yeah, it's like I quit a lot because just I'm being teamed up with just cunt players who give too much shit about the loot and not enough about their teammate, who they're probably gonna need, like I said, when the next squad rolls up while you're in the middle of fucking loot. So yes, that game, I guess you would say, since it's not mode, it's all battle royale. Because there's nothing else Apex wise. Yeah, that game needs a single player mode. They will get so many people back if they add that in, because because it's just like they can't do the whole feed drop that Fortnite's done. And let's be real, a lot of people see that as kind of fucked up now because there's reports coming out where it's just like there's just such crunch time constantly because there's just so many people being overworked to get this shit out constantly on Fortnite. It's okay there, but like seriously, the content that we are being given from Apex just it showed people that like, one, you just introduced one weapon and one gun in like the past 3 months, 4 months, I would say probably right now. Yeah, March, April, May. Or I guess you would say 3 months, yeah. But yeah, we've got one gun, one character. Nothing to the map, like no new map, no map change in any way. Um, doing for some fine, some good bounces to some of the stuff, like how these bigger characters have just too big of hitbox, shorten them down a bit, as well as balances to the weapons, because it's be real, I can't remember what that pistol was called, but basically the revolver pistol with the heavy ammo did a good bit of damage. But let's be real, the one weapon that really needs to balance to better itself, being how bad of a weapon it is, just like it's like why use it kind of weapon. Not bad, like it's overpowered, but it's underpowered. Is the Mozambique? Let's be real, that thing is just like, what's the point of it? Like, no one uses it unless like it's the first weapon you can only find and get to try and defend yourself. Even then, you rarely see people ever pick it up because usually you can just walk 5 feet and find another weapon, something much better. Yeah, that thing needs a buff hard. What else, balance wise? Let's be real. It's probably one of the first. Cause I'm not sure if I did the battle pass in Black Ops. I didn't do it there. I'm not sure if I ever did any in Fortnite. I've done 1 to 2, I think, in Realm Royale. And Battlefield doesn't have one. But yeah, the battle pass in Apex, it was just so underwhelming. I saw that, like the only thing that looked cool was the last thing, and that was about it. Everything else was like, ugh. Yeah, that battle pass was just garbage. Hopefully, whenever the next one comes out in the next 3 months, it'll have much more to it overall for people to want to spend money on it. Because that's why I never. Because I just like at the time it came out, like I said, I just had battle royale fatigue, and it just I thought, this is okay, good game, but it needs to, pique my interest. And that one thing that really had it coming out for it that needed to pique people's interest, and it really just didn't with many of us, including me, was the battle pass. It didn't look like it was worth the time and money, especially the time, because these things, let's be real, that's one issue I find with battle royales with these battle passes, because you really gotta sink in a lot of time. And I think that's the biggest issues when it comes to battle royales are these battle passes. Like you gotta sink in too much time. I think it's understandable. I mean, some of these are free to play, but still, like you need a reason for people to play, and being that like it's slow to move through these things. Like it's just too slow. I'm not saying it's like it needs like a huge change, but still, it's just like it takes too long. I think actually no, I did one in PUBG. It is Battle Passes in PUBG, and I did once do that, and never again. But let's be real. When it comes to these battle passes, it just takes too damn long to unlock this shit. I understand there needs to be a bit of a grind, but I feel with these battle passes, like it's just too much of a grind. Because let's be real, games were made for your average gamer, and everybody's trying not to be that average gamer. They're trying to be the next Shroud. They're trying to be the next big thing. But that's not what games are supposed to be for. They're supposed to be relaxing, escape the world, fun. And granted, with some maybe competition here and there, like with these battle royales, but these battle passes just want too much time from you. I find, to get through it, either you have to pay, which is what I mean. Seriously, that's what I find with a lot of these battle passes. They're just too greedy. Like you can skip some of them, but it's like yeah, that's the issue there. That's the fucking greedy, retarded issue there with these battle passes. It's because it's like it's either you grind through like 24/7 playing, which you don't have time for that shit to do, especially with your average gamers who have your regular 9 to 5 jobs. So that's why you see battle royales just dying as games and game modes, because you got this battle pass and just it's like it's just too much. It's like that you expect too much from the gamers, and you gotta remember your average gamer, the people who are gonna play these games for the most part, have their regular 9 to 5 jobs they gotta work at. So having these like hours long play sessions that they have to play each and every day to get to that final tier is just too much. I understand, like I said, there needs to be grind, and with this, you have like, I was able to get this and everything from all these places and stuff, but for the most part, it's too much. I can put it no other way. These battle passes is just too much. That you expect too much of your time or too much of your money. It's one or the other. You have to choose between one or the other. And I find that to be unfair and unbalanced. There needs to be a balance to everything in life. And this is not balanced. It is not. They expect either too much of your time or too much of your money. And I understand that these are games and their business and they need to make money. But they're got so much ways that they're doing it. Like, seriously, why are you putting so much of a grind and just like choking people to death with this shit? And you wonder why you're losing businesses, why you're seeing all this shit, dude. It's because you're too fucking greedy. It's just the fact, it's like you're expecting too much from people who have 9 to 5 jobs. And that's why you're not making that much money from those areas. It's because people aren't going to be retarded anymore to spending this money that they know is a waste of money, and they don't have time to play. So they're just going to other places. That's why you see so many other games that are not battle royales up there. It's because people are just getting tired of this shit. Games that aren't, made by Activision, games that aren't made from EA. Because these are like the two top tier greedy companies. So yeah, Battle Pass and this is like just overall, this game just had not much of a balance to it with the a way of entertaining people, Like, it's a fun game, sure, if you want to play it, and it's free to play. But overall, outside of playing it from time to time, my advice is just do something better with your time too. Like I said with Fortnite, like I said with Black Ops, it's your my advice is play something else because you'll probably find more enjoyment instead of have to grind for stupid shit and or just pay for stupid shit because that's what they want from you from these games is either a lot of your time or a lot of your money. Because games, they used to be a casual fun experience, but now that's not the way in which they're being marketed or made towards players. Be it, the way they have their, like I said, their battle passes, their all their shit, all cosmetics. Because it used to be you play the game and you get the cosmetic this away or that away. You didn't have to pay for it. It's like that funny joke said, like, okay, I played the game, I've unlocked all the characters. Then, back in the day. Now, okay, I purchased all the characters. It's a meme, but it's an unfortunate truth for me. Because too much of it is just, like I said, understand. I understand these are businesses and they need to make money, but you need to be smart. You need to be smart about how you do that, how you go about it. But a lot of these companies aren't doing that. They're not being smart. They're just being greedy. They're just like, okay, we can get money that way, that way, that way. We're gonna do all the ways. Like, that's not smart. And it's being shown by especially how many times you saw in the past months of companies shutting down studios or firing these people and shit because they didn't know how to correctly, I wouldn't say perfectly, but to correctly run their business. So yeah, that's my thoughts, opinions, and advice towards these battle royale games. I thank you for watching. I hope you're informed, possibly entertained, and I hope you have a rock'em sock'em day. A peace.